Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us with S&T Global Learning's new student webinar. My name is Clarice Reyes, and I'm with the Office of Global Learning. Here is my contact information, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. As for our presentation today, we will have a Q&A session at the end, so if you can hold your questions until then, or you can also send them through the chat, and we'll be able to answer them that way. Here's a brief overview of some of the subjects that we will be going over today. Over here, we have our Navigating the Website slide. So this is our Distance Student Resources website. As you can see, there's the blue bar that is the basic S&T navigation bar. I'd like to point out that the A through Z with the down arrow is the A through Z directory for Missouri S&T. If you're looking for, say, Student Financial Assistance Office or the bookstore or your department, you can find any of those by clicking on the A through Z. And if you're looking for a particular professor, you can click on it looks like a little kind of a Rolodex card, and it has a person icon on there, and that is the Find People icon. You can click on that and it will take you to a page where you can search either by a phone number, a name, or an email. So below that, you have the distance navigation bar. So you've got home, admissions, distance programs, tuition, student resources, about, and contact us. If you need distance policies, you can find that under about. And if you're looking for dates and deadlines, you can find that under admissions. So student resources are just a click away. As you can see, we have some icons down here that will take you directly to where you need to go. And a lot of these are resources that can help you while you are a distance student. At the very bottom, we have our Distance Student Resources website link. Make sure to bookmark that so that you have that at your easy access if you need it later on. If you scroll down the page a little further, you'll come to the modules here. You can one click over to the class schedule, the deferred tuition page. You can find forms. There's also the distance policy, student account access, and graduation prep. Speaking of graduation prep, if you're going to be a grad certificate student, make sure that when you're in your final semester, you apply for completion of that graduate certificate, and then you also apply for your master's degree if you're planning on moving forward. If you have any questions, make sure to ask your advisor, and they'll be able to give you better guidance. If you need additional new student orientation information, we do have our orientation website. This also includes other upcoming presentations if you happen to need those for future reference. There's also the new student checklist, and there you'll be able to find the various steps that you need to follow. There's information on setting up your JOEs, your student email, how to get enrolled in classes, and even how to pay for them. So take a moment to browse through those and familiarize yourself. So for the schedule of classes, we have a link here that takes you directly to the schedule of classes. Once you're there, you're going to probably see a page that says Never Stop Learning, and you're going to have to click through that because it'll have like medallion courses, certificate courses, and then an actual class schedules. So when you click on that, then you'll be able to see the semesters. You'll see, like if you were to go there now, it would say spring 2021, summer 2021, and fall 2021. One side will be distance and the other side will be main. Please make sure that you are enrolling in distance courses. So we select the semester that we need. And once you get into the actual semester class list, at the top, you'll see a list of subjects that you can click. So let's say we click on a civil engineering course, and then it'll bring us down to the list. I've got a little example of what you'll see when it shows the courses. They have the course information, the time and day, the instructor, instruction mode, and campus. So to find out more about this class, let's click on that, and then that will bring you to the class page. So on here, as you can see, there's instructor contact information. It should have their phone number and their email address. Then there's the course title, a description about the class. Over here, you can say where it says time/day arranged. So for this course, that means that he wants to, he's delivering it outside of the standard class format. And so you'll need to get with the instructor to find out exactly how they're going to be holding their course. If you see a day and a time there, it does not necessarily mean that you have to be there at that time. However, some classes, very rare, but some classes may require live participation. If you have any question about it, contact the instructor of that class because only they will be able to tell you if live participation is required. Make sure to find that out first if this is a make or break for you enrolling in a certain class. So this will also show prerequisites. As you can see, this one has a couple of prerequisites. There's the credit hours and then the course component. Sometimes the class schedule will show the laboratory class and also the lecture class. So you want to make sure what you're looking at. Some of these course description pages will show links to the books or materials if they're needed. Some of them will also have the syllabus linked. If you don't see one, don't hesitate to reach out to the instructor to ask them if they have those available once you've enrolled into their class. And so if you look down a little lower, you can see the course access information. And as you can see also, we have what's called a class number in the section. Since you're going to be enrolling in a distance class, you need to make sure that you have the right 5-digit number to be in the correct class and that your section matches what you're enrolling in JOES. So real quickly, if you are a Boeing employee and you are utilizing LTP vouchers, right here where it says Civil Engineering 3842, that would be the type of class information that you would put on your voucher. You do not put the 5-digit class number on there. So for enrolling in your first semester, when you first were admitted, you would have received the welcome to S&T email, and it gave you this information. So this is just kind of a reminder. Speak with your department grad coordinator, and if you're not sure who they are, you're welcome to contact me, and I can help connect you. And then once you've done that, you need to get enrolled in the class. Number 2 has a little link to the tutorial on how to enroll in JOES. Just a little reminder with the distance class schedule, making sure that the 5-digit class number in the section in JOES matches the course from the distance class schedule. And if you're doing a search, make sure the location says distance education. Please register in JOES by the enrollment deadline, which is typically the day before the first day of the semester. Otherwise, you will be charged a late registration fee. And then here we have the link of dates and deadlines. For your future semesters, you'll need to reach out to your advisor during advising week. They will have time set aside. And it doesn't necessarily mean that's the only time you can reach out to them, but it's advised It's recommended that you reach out to them during that week because they set it aside especially for you, and this will help you get, the guidance as soon as you need it, and then get your advising hold lifted. You will have an advising hold on your account every semester. This is done for all students, and you have to talk to the advisor in order to get that removed. So here is Joe's self-service, and your username is going to be the first part of your S&T email address when you're signing into Joe's. If you don't know your username, you can find the information by logging into your application status page, and it should be in a little gold box. So if you take a look, and then it'll be right there, and you'll be able to use that information. So down here, it says set up your official S&T Joe's account. If you visit that, you can find the instructions, and that'll also kind of explain how you can find your username. And so you would click on create your password right there on the help links. If you're having trouble logging in and you already have this information, or you were an undergrad and you're coming back as a graduate and you can't get in, or you forgot your username or password, then you would click on forget your password, or you can contact the IT help desk if you're just not able to get through that. So once you've logged into Joe's, this is probably all you will be able to see. You have to log into Joe's and agree to the UME consent before you'll be able to see additional information. And so once you've done that, you'll be able to see, you'll have more options. Here we have the Emergency Mass Notification System registration. You, since you're a distance student, if you're not in the Raleigh area, you will most likely want to opt out of the emergency mass notification. If you would still like to receive the notifications, just to kind of give you a general idea of, okay, S&T is iced over, we're not going to be able to, there's not going to be any class today. Well, that's good for me to know. Or the power's out all over campus, things like that. Then at least provide your email address, and then you'll get those emails. But at least this way, you're not going to get a phone call and a text message in the middle of the night telling you that there's a robbery. So to get to your student center, you can either click on self-service under the main menu, and then you would get what's down here in this box in the lower right. You can see the different options. You would just click on student center, or once you've, gotten settled into Joe's and everything in the home screen, you'll have the upper right box and you can just click on student center. So once you're in your student center, these are some of the things that you will see. So your current classes will be right there. And say, if you enrolled in summer and fall classes, there will actually be um, a, a little menu thing where you can click and change your semester. So you can, you can see your summer classes or you can see your fall classes. So over here, you can search for classes, check your grades, enroll in class, look at your academics, request transcripts, unofficial transcripts, things like that. You can also request official ones. You can drop your classes, add classes, things like that. And down here under finances, the red section is how you start getting set up into TouchNet, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later. So there's other my account information about financial aid, and oh, I'm sorry about that. So that information is there for your access. And then down below is personal information. Make sure you check all of that to see if your addresses or phone numbers are correct. If you're looking for your student ID number, click on demographic data and the ID will be right there. Here, all the way to the right side, you'll see holds. This is where you'll see whether you have an advising hold, whether there's some additional um, training holds that you need to do. These Some of those training holds are not enrollment holds. Click on it, click on details and take a look and make sure and see what it says. They will provide you instructions and even give you a contact. And then if you have something like a graduate actions hold, it could be because you haven't provided your Form 1 in a timely manner, things like that. So there's all kinds of different reasons. And then if you go down below, you can see your advisor. If you've been assigned an advisor, their information will be down there. During advising week, you'll see enrollment dates listed under open enrollment dates. Okay, so here is actually an example of what you'll see if you click on details under holds. So as you can see, it gives you the hold item. And if you have a past due, there'll be an amount due shown. And then, of course, the institution and the start term and the end term and the date. So basically, you would click on the hyperlinked hold item. And so, say we clicked on advising, this is what you'll see. You click on advising and you'll get the instructions, reason and contact, things like that. And it'll show you what you need to know. So for setting up your S&T email, you can come to this link down here that's under IT. And this is how you can access your Microsoft 365, the student email through there. There's some information down here about setting up the multi-factor authentication, setting up 365, setting up your mobile device, some of the email policies. If you have any problems, the IT help desk is who you'll need to reach out to. And I know up at the top it has a phone number and the email address. What I recommend, and you can't see it on here, but when you're actually on the page, if you look up a little, it'll say IT help desk. Click on that and you'll see the option to live chat, start a ticket, email, call. I recommend starting a ticket or doing the live chat in order to receive help maybe a little more promptly. So once you've enrolled, you will probably in about a day or so, you'll gain access to the Canvas learning management system. And you would most likely see your courses there. Now, not all of them publish ahead of time. Some instructors will wait until the day before class starts to what they call publish their class in Canvas in order to find out. So say, you log in and your dashboard doesn't have a class on it. So you click on courses and then all courses. And once you're in there, you'll see a list of courses. Look to the right side under the published column and it'll say yes or no. So if it is published, it's just not showing up on your dashboard. Go to the left, click on the star, it'll show up on your dash. If it says no, then that's why it's not showing up on your dashboard. If it's the day before class, 2 days before class, or even the day of class, and it's still not published, reach out to the instructor. Once in a while, they might forget that they haven't published their Canvas course yet. If you need any tutorials or help with Canvas, there's a website from IT that you can take a look at. If you need technical help, make sure to contact the IT help desk. So you can find really important dates and deadlines for each semester at our link here or on the registrar's calendars page. Both of our calendars are the same And so make sure if you can, because they do provide PDFs. So if you can, go ahead and print it out and maybe put it on your refrigerator. Make sure that you're paying attention to the dates and deadlines for the add drops. You won't see it on the registrar's PDFs, but if you need to know the distance process for adding or dropping during the semester or withdrawing, just go to our distance policies. And as I mentioned earlier, you can find that on the distance student resources page. Just scroll down and there will be a module that says distance policies. Click on that and scroll down and you'll be able to find that information. If you're still not sure, by all means, just contact us at global@mst.edu and we will help you from there. You can link to our Google Calendar and stay updated on your mobile phone. Of course, you'll need the Google Calendar app. So as I mentioned earlier, we have our add drop policy. I've linked it for you down here. And so these apply to if the semester's already started. Before the semester has started, you can add in JOEs, you can drop in JOEs. Now, once the semester has started, you're going to need to contact the instructor of the class and ask for a permission number. Make it clear that you are a distance student and you need the permission number for the distance class. Then log into JOEs and add the class to your schedule. And this can only be done during the first 2 weeks of the semester. To drop a class, if you are in more than one class, then you can just go into JOEs and drop the desired course, but make sure you're keeping an eye on the drop deadlines because of the refund periods, because you don't want to end up dropping in JOEs after the 100% refund period has passed. So as I mentioned, if you were in two or more classes, you could do that. Now, if you only have one class left, or that was the only class you were in, you can't drop it in JOEs yourself because that's going below the minimum number of credit hours required. So then you would go over here to this little set of instructions right there, where it says to withdraw from the semester or program. So then you'll have to email your instructors and advisor, request approval to drop the course, give them a really brief reason for the drop, and then send your approvals to my email address, and we'll take care of your withdrawal from there. So advising week is usually towards the end of the spring and fall semesters. Summers is done in spring along with fall. So the advising hold, as I mentioned before, is automatically put on your account at the start of every semester. And the advisor or their designated support staff are the only ones who can remove the hold. So since it's your first semester, if you're not sure who your advisor is, you can either check through that path or you can contact me if they're not listed. And so before advising week, so advising week won't apply to your first semester. It's going to apply to your following semesters. Anyway, before advising week, make sure to schedule time with your advisor to discuss your course plan for the upcoming semester. Some of them will send out emails that say, hey, I can schedule some time with you. Please let me know when. Make sure to look out for those. Also, speaking of being sent emails from your advisors, make sure that you do set up your student email account and you check it at least once a week so you can see if you have, do you have anything due on your financial account? Is your advisor trying to schedule something with you? Are your teachers sending out any kind of information? Is the school sending out any kind of information? So you want to make sure that your email is set up and you're checking it at least once a week. And then please be courteous. Take advantage of advising week because they set that time aside for their students. So, as I mentioned, this won't apply necessarily to you guys, but just to, actually, it will. I'm sorry. Advising week for the summer and fall semester is going to be Monday through Friday, March 15th through the 19th. So if you started in the summer, you're definitely going to want to, let's see. Yeah, no, actually, if you're going to class in the summer, this is not going to apply to you because you don't start until summertime. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so here we have student resources. As a minor, it doesn't matter if you're distance student or not, you have access to various resources at Missouri S&T. So these are quick links that you can also find on the student resources page. So the cashier's office, our deferred tuition program, the IT help desk, our library, the S&T store where you can get your textbooks, our career opportunities employer relations or COER. They will also provide resume help, interview help, and any kind of other, career related information and assistance that you need. Don't hesitate to reach out to these resources just because you're distance. There's also student financial assistance. There's apps anywhere. If there's certain types of programs that you need as a student, um, take a look in there. Most of the software, if I'm not mistaken, you should not have to buy. They should be accessed through apps anywhere. And yes, so it allows S&T provided software to be accessed from personal devices running Windows 10. Instructions on how to connect can be found at the link. There's also student disability services. If you need to utilize those services, don't hesitate to reach out to them. They are more than happy to assist you. And then the San Velo mental health app. It's a mobile and web-based application that offers clinically validated techniques and support to help relieve mental health symptoms and promote health habits and behaviors. For free access, download it from the App Store, Google Play, or the San Velo webpage and register with your university affiliated email address. So I know that as a distance student, one of your questions would probably be, how do I take my exams? Well, there are a few different ways, and that's a question you'll also have to ask directly to the instructor. Do they do exams? Do they do proctored exams? Do they just do their exams over Canvas? And so they will let you know how they do the exams. These are just two examples of the virtual test proctoring. There's ProctorU, and there's also Proctorio. So just take a moment to view both of their websites and read a little about the information, requirements of what's needed can be found there. But as I mentioned, contact the instructor and they will let you know what method that they're going to use. So we do have virtual private networks or VPN, which allows you to have a secure connection to any internal computer network from any to our internal computer network, I'm sorry, from any location in the world. And you can connect to the S&T network. You can also check your internet speed down here to make sure that you could actually connect. So for tutorials and other information, just go ahead and click on the VPN link right there. So here's some information on IT services. You can visit or call the IT help desk if you ever need some customer support. So you can get over the phone troubleshooting. There's their phone number. There's also the ticket system, which I do recommend, especially if you're not able to do the live chat or if your issue seems to be a little more complex. Please submit a help ticket. Make sure that it's tracked. Um, I would do the live chat or the submit a ticket before just calling or emailing them. Here's some information on IT services and some guides. And there's also some technology support videos. If you ever have any questions about any IT scheduled maintenance, you can click on there to view their maintenance windows. So when it comes to being in the live course content, IT Media Services under IT Services is there to provide you support. You can contact them, and it's at the contact information here. If you're not if you're having some issues, accessing the live course, contact that phone number. If the problem isn't, preventing you from attending class live right then and there, then just contact the other information below. So, if you need to request support from IT Media Services, there's some directions below. Make sure to connect with us over social media. If you have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, these are our links. Follow us for a lot of good information and upcoming events, and maybe even networking events or important announcements. So now we're going to go ahead and open it up for any questions that you may have. If you need to contact us, there's a distance education information, and there's also the IT help desk information. Thank you very much for viewing my presentation.